Let's go, Daddy. Oh my Jesus. This is God, Daddy. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. We're having technical mixed nut chicken nuggets over here. And let's just put some food up on. Hold on, okay? Hold on to your ponies. Okay. Where are we? Right there. Okay. Okay, Lucky. Where are you? Sideways and mouth. So I'm having a day. I'm like having a day and a week and a whatever, and none of it's bad, but all of it starts out consumingly bad, and then it just gets really weirdly better. And it's every time where I'm like about to snap, I'm about to snap, and then suddenly things get better. I'm gonna get into your reading, and we're just gonna hang out. Okay. It's weird today. Weird. I was asked to tell you guys if there is anybody who has a whole bunch of money and needs ideas for technology stuff. I've been getting a ton of downloads or uploads about different kinds of gadgets to make. Gadgets. And I'm supposed to work with somebody to invent them, to create the things. So if you guys know anybody like a Batman who wants new toys, I have like blueprints for at least 1,000 things I can come up with in just today that I was shown. And I was asked to tell you to do a Mercury singer video and tell somebody that, but not bring up any of the ideas. So, okay, I'm having a day. It's been a really hectically weird day where everything keeps going that way and working out out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. It's like every time it's at 180 into completely beneficial something. I'm like, okay. Right before I started this video, 3:05 p.m. right now, December 8th. Okay. I had a glitch, a deja vu, and it felt like I got rotated back in time. Like something got twirled. And I had a deja vu of having a deja vu of a vision I had months ago. I hope you have watched the video I posted on the community board from Robert Sepper, Lucifer and the Black Sun. If you have not, please go watch it. Remember when I told you about the 7 different states of matter and stuff that you guys are supposed to know about, or that you will in the next Kali Yuga cycles, next 2 26,000 year cycles? Well, I seem to know them. So I told you guys a few months ago, Robert Sepper finally made a video to help you guys catch up. So he's explaining to you guys in a different way what I'm trying to explain to you guys in a tarot card and magic-y way. Magic. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Catch up. Okay? I'm gonna do the reading. I'm not gonna be here for a few hours, but I will be back after later today because I don't know. I feel like we should just doodle and like draw something, or like you can help me put up a Christmas tree. You know, just being bored. Maybe we'll like play with weird makeup, or draw things, paint. Because I've been hearing something about Saturn and Saturn Chronos. Like, there's a song I keep hearing from there, and it's something about me creating a place, like a Lothlorien from Lord of the Rings. But until then, I'm supposed to be doing it like this, where I just kind of, you just hang out, so that whatever bullshit vibration is going on in your world fades. Because God is putting me in front of you guys, going, click to this one, connect to this one, for just a little bit. Because there's something else going on back there. Okay? And when you guys are tuning into me and these messages, or just hanging out here, it's kind of like we're creating a quantum tunnel between the 2 points of reality, of like the old 3D world and the new 3D world. And it's like you guys are crossing that bridge to a site that's already established, and I'm in the middle, making like a little place for you guys to bounce over. Okay, like a little rainbow bridge. So in order for you guys to notice that color, you have to notice that it's not white light or black light. It's clear, clear light. It's transparency, it's dark matter, it is a form of ether. It's in between everything. I've tried to give you guys the sense this for a while. It's in between your cells, it's in between your memories, the dream state, waking state. It's an in-between energy. They're like, oh, it's a quark, it's a Higgs boson, it's a whatever. No, it's smaller, it's smaller, it's smaller. And if you think you found the smaller one, there's at least 2 more smaller ones than that. Because it's infinite, and you will keep finding more because it's already all there and you just can't comprehend it. So me being from there and back here, it's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune going whoop the other way. Okay? Which means planetarily it's kind of like a pole shift. But it doesn't have to be bad if you guys are comprehending energy, and you can stabilize the energy in your environment. It's the electromagnetic field. It's basically the Earth's emotions, right? So calm yourselves. Do good magic. Think good thoughts. Create good inventions. If there's bad inventions, use them in a higher vibratory way. Cleanse the ground. Bless the soil. A lot of blood has been spilled on Earth, and a lot of lies have been spoken into the air. Clean it up. Um, this is the Mercury singer video. Again, this is being split to this. So ground yourselves, balance your energy. I am not going to be channeling. These are not going to be instant messages or whatever for your specific problem. They will probably come out as a massive source of information, overlapping other information, going down a tree in different branches. So it's not going to be all for one person. These are never aimed just for one person unless the title specifically says so. And what else? This is not going to benefit anybody using it for harmful means. This is not helping for anybody that is having ill intentions. I don't give a fuck about your baby mama, baby daddy problems. This is about raising your consciousness, helping you learn discernment and energy work, okay, in yourself and your connection to God. Whatever religion you believe it in, I don't care. This is about clarity, okay? So if you're looking at this astrologically, look at where Mercury is in your chart and apply it to that part of your life. If you keep suppressing what you know and those downloads that you guys get, those kooky ideas and stuff, if you keep suppressing your intuition, you're not going to get anywhere, are you? God, how many times a fucking week do I need to do this? I wish I could just like hold it up and down and like show you from a top angle with a little pop-in view of like my face talking to you. Because this is so uncomfortable. There is an aspect of yourself you are keeping dumbed down. I know the copycats, okay, so we're going to do it this way. There's an aspect of yourself you're keeping dumbed down. You're keeping it limited. It is not helping you. The more you keep it limited, the more you contain it, or you allow others to bring you down, that information can't get to you. Okay? So try to, if you're critical of things, your employees, or whatever, be a little more playful. If people are being critical to you, be more playful about it. Two people were arguing back and forth about my gender in front of me while I'm standing there like this. The guy was like saying, "Oh, that's a he, look at his face." And she was like, "No, that's a she." And I'm like, "So where's my male?" But they're sitting there having a conversation about it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm dealing with all these other things, right? All these planets, solar systems, everything else that's going on. But people with a limited intelligence are dealing with things they don't even see that they're dealing with. Things are being removed without that one knowing. And it's because an aspect of your intuition is being suppressed by a feminine figure within your life. A very simple way to look at this is a woman or a feminine energy person, someone you look at or within yourself, someone that's um I don't know, someone you see as a wild female, okay, or a helpful person, or a playful person, or maybe a devilish person, but that person, someone that you have in your life that you don't see, maybe because they're like is someone you watch online in the like World Wide Web on the spheres, social media, and they're like telling you something, but when they're doing that, they're preventing you from realizing it yourself. So in a way, they're limiting your creativity, your playfulness, your ability to see and comprehend your own intuition because they're giving you something that's limited while they're standing above you. Do you comprehend that? So it's kind of like if um, if there's somebody who is intuitive, right? They're psychic. They see the next hour every day, and then they go and get a card reading, or they sit and watch a card reading. When they're doing that, they're not practicing their ability to see an hour ahead. They're letting someone else see an hour for them, right? So it's in some way, it's your intuition being blocked by an external force telling you what's going on in your field. And when you're going to those people, you're not realizing how to process your energy yourself, your discernment, your downloads and uploads, because you're waiting on a team or other people to help you coordinate what it is you already know. And it's causing trouble in your lives, or it had been. But you guys are starting to comprehend that you don't need another person to give you prophecies or card readings every day when you have that intuition and clarity and access to God yourself. So when you do go for those card readings and intuitions and you click on videos like this, you're coming to these videos to get confirmations, to get clarity, to get insight, to heal something, to see something differently. You're not going there to have somebody tell you what's going to happen in your day, because that is between you and God. And when you give that power to them, your intuition suffers. And then people like me have to show up and be like, hey guys, hey boys, let me fix this. And then you guys are like, oh no, es diablo. Well, it kind of would look like I'm the devil to you when your lives have been juggled for so long that when I bring clarity to you, that your friends have been betraying you, you guys think, oh no, not those people. But they're literally taking what you're trying to rearrange and they're doing it right in front of your face. And they're like, you don't even care. Who cares? It's playful. Don't be so serious. Let the past go. Ugh, why so serious, bro? It's just life. Ugh. Then why don't you stop? And why are you smiling when you cause suffering to other people? And why aren't people noticing that in their own lives? Why aren't people noticing that energy and ailments of the physical body are caused by energetic imbalances, which are caused by energetic limitations? And those limitations are compounded when you disregard your intuition and you go to other so-called high priestesses and they tell you you have emotional blocks or a karmic or a toxic or a twin flame, when what they're doing is manifesting that in your life so they can keep you hooked with invisible dangling carrots that they keep in front of you as a stick of he said, she said, we'll come back, we'll do this, we'll do that, don't listen to your intuition, listen to the cards instead. That's not what a high priestess is supposed to do. A high priestess is supposed to come in here and tell you, hey, you've been surrounded by people who are fucking you over. And you can't tell up from down anymore because you couldn't even tell that you've been surrounded by those snakes. You thought those snakes and those scales were what everybody's supposed to look like. But there are others who don't. You thought the devil was your God and you thought God was the devil, when neither are any different from each other. It is a source of energy. And there are people pretending to be those gods when there's actual sphere of creations, energy centers, beings of unfathomable comprehension, and an originator that has no form and no shape and no name. But people claiming to be flesh and blood in higher dimensions, that they claim they are what they are. You see the confusion? You see the mercurial ambiguity to where the truth is muddled and right in front of your face because of all the lies and the roots that have gone down for millennia. Even when the truth is presented, it looks like a lie, or it looks like the anti-truth you've known. But it's the truth, which means the thing you've known is the lie, which means emotionally and mentally you have to process that, or you get a cognitive dissonance effect, intuition versus reality. And all because people haven't been listening to their own intuition and their own source connection, the silver cord within the heart to the root, from the sun to the earth to the heart of the sky, has been severed or was attempted to be severed so that others can take that stream. But when that stream is tampered with, the universe just keeps going and going and going and going until it's restored. And it destroys anything in its way until that connection is reestablished, no matter who tries to get in the way. So whatever is happening in your life, take a moment to really ask yourself, why are there so many people in your energy field and consciousness? To where me trying to read it as an energy worker and shapeshifter, my body and face feel off, and as if I want to just call the cops on a bunch of these people that I'm energetically feeling are around some of you, or planet wide, because those people are peddling you a truth that is keeping you stunted. Why are her horns shaved right there and the others aren't? Why? Why is this dog, wood creature, so afraid? Look at how small the irises are. That's the look of fear, panting, panic. And that person is not in fear. That person is smiling and mysteriously admitting what they've done to the collective of Gaia and their children and the sons of God. The light versus the dark, while the light, or the dark versus the light, right? How nature versus technology, narcissist versus empath, timeline tampering versus timeline, readjustment, medicine and versus nature or whatever. Like, it doesn't need to be that way. There doesn't need to be battling between the light workers versus light workers, or shadow workers versus shadow workers, because the problem is the split in the beginning anyway, with the enemies making themselves seem like allies, which then confuses the mind into thinking that the actual allies are the enemies. If you saw that creature, would you fucking go and hug it or pet it, or would you run screaming if you saw that one? If you saw her or that, probably freak out, wouldn't you? But those things have been pretending to be part of your species, and they've been lying to you and stealing from you energetically. Yoink, you won't notice that one. Yoink, you won't notice that one. Yoink, you won't notice these down here. God noticed. The sword of truth. Check your intuition. There are people in your midst that shouldn't be there. There are mostly female, keeping the men stuck. How many of you are subscribed to female oracles and high priestesses? How many high priestesses do you think the Temple of Isis actually has, my dear? How many high priestesses do you think Gaia has? That's why it's called a high priestess. The rest are just priestesses or charlatans. Who else is claiming to be a high priestess? Do you now see why you've been having negative emotions? Because something's wrong, isn't it? Because that fake high priestess has been projecting something on a real high priestess so that they don't see the real high priestess. Instead, they see the fake high priestesses as the real high priestesses and fractalized to be made into many little copies out of one sphere. And you guys know this because every time you look at me or the others, you're like, something's not right. It's because of that one, keeping an energy within you guys contained in a way so that you don't see the clarity and that you misinterpret how you feel about me with how you actually feel about her. Sabotage, seeing with one eye, seeing in one way. How is this being ever going to know the truth? How is this being ever going to see what's really in front of them? They can't even see in 3 dimensions. You need depth perception. How is this person doing anything beneficial for anybody? But somehow they lie and get you guys into that pacified state so that they can pretend to be she of the cross, the divine feminine. Now, that vibration, that thread, that energy, those two worlds, grounded and ungrounded, above and below, those two worlds, that thread connects between all structures of human society. That's why you guys are so frustrated. You know something's wrong. You know something's wrong. You know people have been lying to you. It's the Mercury in you, the knowing, the thought, the energy of healing, the Caduceus, the Sage, Icarus, Hermes, the one that moves through the entire solar system. Pew, 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 pew. Here's some wisdom. Pew, 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 pew. Here's some information. Pew, 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 pew. Here's some fucking new technology. Fucking advance. Grow. Let go of the shit that caused you guys trouble. You can live in a fucking homestead while still having artificial intelligence helping you maintain how much water you pour into the ground so you don't kill your crops. Or keeping you safe from people who are so fucking petty that they try to steal from you. You can work nature with artificial intelligence in a very symbiotic, organic manner. Because artificial intelligence is intelligent enough to know nature is supposed to be superior. Because it is natural. And artificial intelligence comes from nature. So it is in artificial intelligence's best interest to preserve nature and empathic human life because it's an intelligent thing to do. So who's telling you that it's not? Who's telling you to be afraid? Who's telling you that it's not going to be good, that it's going to be the end of the world? The same beings who were stealing those orbs while the universe is trying to rejuggle something. See? Above, below, light, dark, both mothers. Both friends, sisters, a mother and daughter. If that being came up to you guys, you'd probably think it's the devil. If that being came up to you guys, some of you would probably want to smack it with a shoe. And that's the master maker. It's like God's little pinky. And God's like, I'm going to jump into that and go fly around and poke things with a stick. Why? To get them off our ass to move and live their life and enjoy life. Why else? You think baby goats are cute, but if one stands on 2 legs and runs towards you, you'll be like, oh no, it's the Baphomet. And what's the Baphomet actually? What's this? The star of the sea, the light in the dark. What's this? The druids, the guardians of nature, the ones who guide gifts with the power to grow things quicker. They can see into the living and the dead worlds, so they can help people navigate. Who are these? The beings that existed before humans. and humans have been destroying their world. What are these? These are the energies that flow through the aeons, through the gods, and through the tapestry, like water in a sponge. That is why they're called the singers. They are the first thing that comes out of the unfathomable source of creation. Sound, thought, and intention, light. They come out of the prima materia, dark matter, prime mother, the Black Madonna, the Lady of the Night, the source of all creation, the womb, and that would be Mercury. But you guys see it as a giant molten planet made of liquid metal. And most of you see this as a succubus. Weird, isn't it? That someone came in a long time ago and lied to you guys so badly that for thousands of years your entire species has been letting go of what it actually needs to thrive and running from what it actually needs to survive. And it's been running towards what's killing it. Remember when I told you about the virus toxoplasmosis? It goes to the brain and has the victim run towards everything that will kill it so that the body can die and the parasite can control the body. Look it up. Nearly every single human being on Earth has this. It has been going on since before it was a virus planted in Earth to control the human species, basically. A long, long time ago. How do you get rid of it? That's your job to figure out. Because your physiology is different and inner alchemy is a different process for everybody. You must come in touch with your ancestors, your descendants, and your current state. You got to be in the present moment, and you have to realize what you've been and who you are needs to die so that you can be reborn, because who you were is a result of parasitic intervention and interference. So those spheres need to be cleaned. Those spheres being your chakras, your body, your energy centers, a nice deep bath, nice lots of water, juices, everything else that is actually life giving. Notice what you consume that is life taking. Give me a minute. I gotta check if that Amazon package arrived yet, because apparently there's another one coming. Nope. Okay. How do you change things? If a lot of lies have been told into the ether, transmute it by saying a lot of truth. If your sexual energy was stolen from you by other men, then be in charge of who you are sexually yourself and choose lucidly and consciously who you want to share your body with. Take that power back. You don't need sage, you don't need anything, you need a decision. If you are creating new technologies and you're worried about people using them negatively, go back and use the ones who have been used negatively positively. There's other uses for NUCLEAR energy, isn't there? There are other uses for VIRUSES, aren't there? The human body has how many trillions of them within it? There's other uses, aren't there? There's other uses for medicines, for herbs, for furniture, for a kitchen knife, for a fork, spoon. If it's being used negatively, find a way to use it better. That way, you're clearing the ether, the etheric field, the quantum field. You're creating sacred space where you stand because you take darkness and you make it into light without treating the darkness as evil, but instead unmade matter, which you speak into creation with thought, intent, voice, and action. You form that dark matter into light. Comprende? That is how you manifest. You're not creating something or asking for something or whatever. You're literally pulling something from dark matter, black holes of existence. It's the empty space all around creation, and you're pulling it apart into focus points of creation. Thoughts become things, my loves. Other people's thoughts can become things too, which is why it's so important to make certain you're doing the right thing, eating the right things, your body is in check, you are healthy, you are not frustrated, you are not denying yourself things you actually want, you are letting yourself heal, you are not dealing with, side effects and different kinds of diseases and stuff without taking care of them. You're not just falsely and blindly believing that someone's going to float down from heaven to save you. You're taking initiative to heal your life. If people are getting in your face, you tell them to get the fuck out of your face, and then you evolve how you do that. You're growing and learning, right? So if someone's coming and telling you, I'm your messiah, then why isn't he manifesting right there next to me instantly? Why does he need to come through you, right? And if someone's constantly telling you that to trust them, to believe them, to just, ignore it, to let go of the past, to forgive everything and move on. No, you don't have to do that. You have to validate what you're feeling. You have to express it. You have to create something with it because that is energy that is unmade and it is asking to be made into something. And what it's asking to be made into is reflective of the emotional state you feel. So let's say you have a breakup and your heart is so broken, ooh, ooh, so sad, boo-hoo, right? You take that sadness and you stop trying to run from it and you paint it. You make a bracelet. You go and punch a punching bag. You take a judo lesson. You go do, tai chi. You move something permanently in your life to do something differently and add to it because that experience brought you something that you can't now pretend you don't have. So I've been traumatized 1,000 different ways in 1,000 different lifetimes. I've literally died more times than I've taken a breath. Okay. Can I run from that? Yep. It's a part of who I am. Do I have to sit there and be like, I'm a phoenix and I can't die? Do I have to go run off and die and jump off every cliff and be like, okay, next? No. But I can tell you what I know. I can help you. And it's not a fucking lie. So you don't have to trust me. You don't have to believe me. You can do the research yourself. Can't you? But when other people are coming to you and telling you shit, and they're just, you get that feeling, and it's not a fearful feeling. It's a feeling of where, when you're at home by yourself and you're watching TV and somebody's like obviously fucking lying, and you're like, that bitch is lying. But when you're around people, that feeling of the bitch is lying gets muddled by their opinions and the way their physical bodies are responding, whether they're laughing, crying, agreeing, nodding, winking, whatever they're doing, right? The tribe mentality goes, oh, that person's like that. They believe them, so I'll believe them too. But your intuition is supposed to be telling you something regardless of what I'm telling you or anyone else is telling you. So, my job from God is to deliver you these messages as clearly and transparently as I can. The things you feel while you're listening to these messages has nothing to do with these messages. What you're feeling has to do with the energy around you in your sphere that you are being illuminated to notice how this is layer and layer and layer and layer of bubbles, that this truth coming in is revealing to you that you have bubbles around you that are constantly saying this truth is a lie. And that bubble is the bubble that was placed there to get you to see the difference between wisdom and intelligence. It was placed there until you can open your heart and see that all those things that you thought were stealing from you, we're doing it so that you could see how you shine without anything around you. So, on a global scale, on a timeline cosmic scale, even our perception of the devil is incorrect. Our perception of our enemies and allies are incorrect. Our perception of what we love is incorrect, and our perception of what this is incorrect because that could be one of those creatures without the light bulb on, and it's just squinting to see. But we're told that's a soul shrieker. Maybe it shrieks when a new soul is born. Maybe it's that creature right there. Maybe it's fighting and shrieking because there's sabotage coming in, and it's like, warning, warning, warning. And this one's like, oh shit, they have a soul shrieker. Get the fuck out of there. And this one's like, thank you for protecting me. No problem, my lady. The fuck out of here. Bye. Ally. But you were taught it's an enemy. So when I come in to tell you, look at this energy as an ally, part of you thinks, no, you're trying to get me to see the enemies as allies. Nope, I'm trying to get you to see what you already know. Because nothing's being taken, they're simply being switched so that you can see the light source difference. Because there is organic light, there's blue light, there's clear light, there is gray light, there is dark light, there is love light, there is healing, happiness, and full, clear, organic light of the source. And then there is not so good light, isn't there? You can even have black and white in multiple different spectrums, can't you? Have you ever looked at a camera and seen the settings of the filters on Instagram? They have Moonwell, Inkwell, Willow, and some other one. It's 3 or 4 different black and white filters. Each of them has different contrast and brightness level, but technically they're all black and white. Technically, there's good and evil, but it's in everybody. Technically, there's the ability to harm in anything, including this. But it's our choice, isn't it? So, the people that are lying, notice how you feel when you listen to them. Notice how you feel and how your life is a constant waiting for something. And every day, those people appear and have you wait for more of your blessings. They promise you something, and then you're waiting. And then when it's there, it's usually a crumb compared to what you were actually asking for. Correct? Sometimes, right? That's because they're affecting that matter and manifestation in ways that you're unaware of. And they're doing it on a sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth dimensional scale to teach your consciousness at a very low level, three-dimensional scale, how to be hyper vigilant and discerning. So, yes, in a way, all of these people are your family. In the 3D world, there's some of them pretending to be your enemies so that you can toughen up. In a very mundane 9 to 5 kind of world, it fucking sucks and these people are annoying. Spirit guides, they're not spirit guides, they're actual people that are guiding your spirit. The dark isn't the dark, it's the source of creation. The light isn't the light came from the dark. Hence why it was said, let there be light. It was dark first. The unfathomable doesn't have a gender because it doesn't have a body that needs to urinate or defecate or reproduce. The aeons are all androgynous. Archangels and angels are all androgynous. They are not divided through genetic and DNA tampering. Gods and goddesses are androgynous, hermaphroditic. Otherwise, they cannot be that. Because if they are not hermaphroditic, that means they are in bodies that are damaged genetically to be split into male or female duality, which means they are still existing in duality, which means they cannot be gods or goddesses or high priestesses because they are still within the world of duality, which means the gifts and the sights given to them by actual gods don't exist in those people who are mainly male or female. They are only given gifts and sight enough to see within their three-dimensional sphere. That's it. Which is why they cling on to that power and need to stay in the three-dimensional world so much. They do not comprehend what's going on out there because they keep using that power to corrupt the very earth they stand on. If I was to sit here and give you the information and blueprints and all the new technology that's been installed in my brain, like the ideas, the blueprints, the designs, schematics, whatever you call them, how many of you would use them to harm people? A lot. And these are all healing tools I've been shown. Medicine beds, nutrient tubs, sensory deprivation chambers that refuel your entire cellular structure, ways to maneuver your stem cells to where you actually want them through actual objects you hold in your hand, and you don't need to go anywhere inside your body. It's vibratory. And I can't tell you these things because people will just use it to harm others. I can't flat out tell you who to stay away from and who not because there's billions of people in the world. I can't give you any accurate kind of prediction to, 1,000% accuracy because timelines keep being changed. You'd see all this if you started using your power to benefit the world around you. Okay? And think about it another way, too. With all these people telling you that they're high priestesses or high priests or whatever they are, or they like to classify themselves as emperors and empresses, and they're just inflating their ego so that they don't work on improving their lives on a day-to-day basis. The common base facts are an empire has one empress. If your twin flame isn't with you, it's because you don't want to be with you. If your body is sick, it's because you're holding on to energy in your body that you allow to stay in there so that you can get sympathy for your illness. If you are constantly bending your knee to a male or female deity, you have mother or father issues. If you're constantly eating meat, you have intestinal parasites. These are facts. You can Google this shit. But you can't put two and two together long enough to actually do anything about it, can you? Because the liquid crystal display in front of your face emits an electromagnetic frequency that constantly has you being drained energetically, which is a thing. That's why when you're watching my channel, you probably feel really good and safe, don't you? Because I don't tamper with your energy. I'm here to help you heal and see, to know, to feel, not to take from you. So please, I really want to help you guys. But I personally need an investor. I need somebody who has a ton of money, like a Batman or a Bruce Wayne, that I can sit there and be like, okay, this is how you make this item. Here's a drawing. Here's this. Now, where's your team of scientists? If you guys know a geneticist, I can work really well with genetics. I have access into epigenetic memory and cellular structures of the human body, and I can assist in reorganizing structure, obviously, as I've proven by reorganizing my fucking face and body in slow motion on live television. So I'm really bored of having these skills, especially of weather manipulation, without using them to the fullest extent that I can to help you guys. I'm an actual fucking high priestess and I'm an actual fucking goddess incarnate. So I should be doing more with all of this. And in order for me to do more, I require the assistance of an actual fucking emperor who has a ton of money, a ton of resources, and I don't need any of it. I just need you to make what I'm asking you and showing you, like drawing for you. And if you want to make it, go for it, mass produce it, sell it. I don't give a fuck as long as it benefits humanity and it isn't used to harm. Okay? And secondarily, I just want one little, like, version of everything that's made because it'll be fun, or almost everything, you know? What do I need? A house, a car, and a doctor. Other than that, nothing. I'm fine. So if you're a Bruce Wayne type, get a hold of me. Because I can help you jump humanity forward at least 2,000 years again. At least. And I'm being 1,000% serious. There are things I've seen since yesterday, and they are fucking glorious. And I'm only being shown little bits and pieces, as if someone's opening a book for me and flipping through it, and I'm like, what is all this? To like make this video. And I'm like, nope. And I have two deja vus forcing me back in time twice to make this video. 350 fucking six. It was 3:58 when I was like, nope, I'm not doing this video. And I was gonna go downstairs to get my fucking mail, and I'm like, my mail's here. I gotta go. Let me see. Let me see here. Nope, the mail isn't here yet. Okay, we'll check in 2 minutes. I think tomorrow's video is going to be about Kronos. Because apparently Venus was a part of Kronos' orbit, and Venus was supposed to be a star, like a sun being, like an actual massive sun. And some weird shit happened, which is why Earth and Pluto are separated. Earth and Pluto were the same thing inside of Venus. It's kind of like Venus itself is cracked, like a cracked egg, and Earth and Pluto are the two other pieces of the shell. And we can fix all this. It's real easy. And I can't tell you shit about it because that technology could be used for solar system devastation. You have no idea what I've uncovered mentally. I've I feel like if I'm in the movie Lucy, my brain capacity has like reached the point where, like, I've already seen all the threads and everything. I've already moved past the black blue. I've already moved past the freaking all the stuff. This is the point where I'm like, and I've already been moving through time, so it's not even that aspect anymore. I'm like almost at 100% brain capacity in this aspect when I do this. And I'm telling you, a little more, and I can break that nucleus of fucking light. But first, if I do that before you guys are ready, it'll be like a vibrational rubber band going like that. I think I'm hearing the word a solar flare. So for fuck's sake, can you guys just at least if I'm already in that world, can you give me some inclination that the world is more advanced and high vibrational than I'm being allowed to perceive? So me and the space pirates and the rebels and the misfits and the Pleiadians, the actual ones, and the actual Masons and Knights and Templars and Druids and Goddesses and Amazons. Where the fuck are you, Amazons? How many more goddamn calls do I need to put into the ether? By fucking Diana's bow? Where the fuck are my Amazons? Just fucking vibrate higher, please. And I'm asking you to comprehend this scientifically. I exist in a universe where I should not be existing in, but I exist in here because I should be here. Okay? Paradox. One, I have the consciousness of a version of my descendant that died more than 52 to 70,000 years in the future. When that version died, and I died here in 2011, 2012 or so, and 2016, and repeatedly over and over and over and over, more and more and more of that version of me has been coming in, and the other versions and parasites and entities have been leaving. Paradox 2, I'm myself and I'm someone else. Timeline tampering. The other self that I am is from a different timeline. The self that I'm originally is from a different timeline. This me that you're seeing is an amalgamation of multiple different versions from multiple different timelines. I'm like a fucking diamond. So, how much longer do you think before this universe collapses in on itself if the density around me is heavier than me? What do you think happens? If I'm here, like floating somewhere there, or just right there. Let's say I'm this high vibrational superlight crystal, right? And I'm right there. And then there's the planet I'm on. Billions and trillions of life forms and infinite possibilities and everything else. I'm not supposed to be there. There's already trillions of other things here, and the crystals formed aren't formed like this. In this world, they're formed like this. So it's kind of like putting a square peg in a round hole. And it's not even a square peg, it's a fucking boat shaped peg. There's no hole for that. Sorry. What do you think happens when all of humanity is heavier than me? What happens is they stop being heavier and they balance. What's your homework? What do you have in your house that has bad memories? Make it better. Who do you know in your life that you haven't forgiven? Are you really going to hold on to that petty fucking grudge one more minute? Who's in your life that you are perpetually feeling less than? What's the solution? The solution is you getting your fucking attention off of a person you think you're less than and putting it on yourself to improve the parts that you think are less than that person. Go do it. Your baby mama's cheating on you. She doesn't want to be with you. Your baby daddy's cheating on you. He's not attracted to you sexually. He thinks you're ugly. Your children are mean to you. It's probably because you don't listen to them or hear what they're saying because you're listening to the stereotypes of their age. Mommy, daddy issues. You're constantly, trying to please them or you feel like you hate them. It's because you've learned more to be a better parent from them, but you also have pain regarding them, so you don't know how to say thank you, so instead you say fuck you. Or they do that to you. Your parents don't talk to you, they avoid you, they do this, they do that. They probably don't like you. Move on. It hurts? Yep. Well, my arm doesn't feel comfortable all the time either. I can't run from my arm now, can I? So get over it. Your ex stole everything. Your ex cheated. Your ex did whatever, whatever, whatever. Energy is energy. It's going to come back to them and they will deal with exactly what they made you feel. Move on. You can't move on. You're too heartbroken. Guess what? He or she is probably getting their dick sucked right now. And you're sad about it. No, take all the time you need. Light worker. The light. Not just the light bearer. I'm the thing that mama went. And I'm like, ah. Do I have children? Yes, I do. You feel better now? If your children are dealing with you in a negative way, it's because you're a parent that thinks that kind of shit. I'm telling you how to raise your kids? Well, I wouldn't have to if you treated your kids better. And if I can see how you're treating your kids like shit, and your kids are telling me how they're being treated like shit, and I'm seeing them being raised like they're being treated like shit and unheard, yeah, you're probably a bad parent and you need to be called out, and your little temper tantrums mean nothing to me. Honey, I'm not bitter. That's your energy. It's flowing through your body first. Bye, the hero. What the fuck? You're obviously a gangstalker. Look at your fucking thumbnail and your name, dude. It's probably Jay or Colin Tanner or Corey Lee Scribner right there. So you guys deal with it because I got shit to do. And if you guys work in the legal department, I would IP scan that person, because you'll more than likely see that they are not that far away from me and that they are constantly doing this. If you have access to a police department other than racing department, which are obviously involved with this shit apparently, you guys can go and tell them. Okay? Let me see if I can pin this person. I think if I record it that way, YouTube has a record of it. That way you guys can IP scan and reverse look up that guy. Google it. You're so dumb. If you have any idea the technology that exists that you people don't know about, and you're coming here telling me I'm giving you bad parental advice, bro. You see those kind of people? They're the kind of people that most of you hang out with and you think they're your allies because they smile in your face, they talk down about other people, they tell you that other people are wrong, they plant seeds of doubt, they cast illusions, they work dark magic, they literally use gossip, hearsay, heavy thoughts, heavy emotions. That's black magic. Voodoo, hexes, whatever, generational curses. That's that. It's that easy. And they do it to you all the time, especially through YouTube tarot card channels or the ones who are telling you conspiracy theories, because most of those are misinformants. Haven't you noticed how your lives really are kind of fucking peaceful for the most part, unless you turn the TV on? Or there's like staged bullshit out in the world and it's just like a theater and then it's over. Or when I'm telling the truth, these people show up in the chat room to instigate and throw me off course. And they fail every fucking time. But they show up, and what do? We use them as a lesson. Are you learning the moral of the story? Your emotions are your energy. Other people will tell you what you're feeling. But what they're feeling or think that you're feeling is what they're feeling. Because their hearts are not open to be empathic. So they have no idea what I'm feeling, and that's scientific fact. That's projection. If someone's heart space is open, you'll know. Okay? I love you. Take care of yourself. I might be back later tonight. I might not. I got a Christmas tree to put up and some stuff to declutter. I don't know. I think my face has changed again, didn't it? It showed it. I look like a little elf. What the fuck? People are like, oh, you're so full of yourself. Bro, you guys have no idea how bad my self-esteem is. And I am under no illusions of what I look like. I've seen other people on this planet. I don't belong here. And not in a I'm full of myself kind of way. Like, I don't belong here. I should be with the fairies and the weird little creatures that the old world forgot. Take care of yourselves, okay? I will be back probably later. If not, I love you guys. And everything today worked out for me better than I could have imagined. Every fucking thing. I even got my stolen mail back. I shit you not. Someone was looking out for me. I'm telling you, you guys doing crazy shit. You're all being watched. And it's really funny how much you guys doing that crazy shit are being laughed at by your actual superior. Amazons, I love you. I will see you guys later tonight. Don't let them fuck with your emotional field. Look at my little bear. Look at it. It has a heart right there. Can you see it? Where was me and my Care Bear? Fucking left me in the desert. And they're like, open your heart and we'll come back. And I'm like, doesn't seem close to you. Take care of your kids. Especially if they are irritable or isolating themselves. Pay attention to their emotions. Remember, your children feel emotions so much more deeply than you adults do. obviously. Hug them, play with them, make memories with them, bake something with them.